my friends, and today, I thought I would make something old new again. That's right. So, as you know, it's just Megan and I here in the house, and bought a whole dozen donuts, because we all know donuts are cheaper by the dozen, right? And, well, with just the two of us, we can't eat the whole dozen before they go stale. So I'm going to make, I'm sure everybody's heard of bread pudding. I'm going to show you how to make an even better pudding. It is donut pudding. This is so amazing. So I'm going to use 6 of these stale donuts. Now, if you don't have stale donuts handy, I mean, you can use fresh, but stale works better, I think. Don't go out and buy fresh donuts for this. Go to that rack where they have the day old, get them half price. So you can use any donuts, by the way. I'm going to use just these. These are just the plain glazed kind of, these aren't Krispy Kreme, but they'd be kind of like a Krispy Kreme donut. And you want to cut them into pieces about 1 inch. So let's start by doing that. Alrighty then, get your baking dish and give it a good old spray, or you can butter it or grease it, but I'm in the mood to just get out my handy dandy spray. Alrighty, so once you get that sprayed, because we don't want this to stick, we're going to take all of these amazing donuts that we cut up, and we're going to go ahead and pour them into our baking dish. And you want to kind of, spread them out so it's kind of even, like so. So let's move this donut bunch over here to the side while we get on to the next step. Now we're going to add in 3 eggs. Now, if you don't like yours as custardy, you can use like 2 eggs, or, the nice thing about, you may have heard me say before, is, when you're cooking, just use it as a guide. Add in what you want, take out what you don't, Don't make something you don't like just because the recipe says so. So let's get on to 3 eggs. There we go. And we're going to add in 1 cup of heavy cream. Like so. And 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And about a tablespoon of vanilla. I like vanilla. And we're going to go ahead and whisk this all together. Once you have this all whisked together, you want to go ahead and pour this all over your donuts. Make sure that they all get it. And we are going to let this soak in for about 5 minutes. Once it's all starting to soak into the donuts, I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. There we go. And don't be afraid to push the donuts down a little bit into your custardy sauce, because you want to make sure that they really soak in. So we're going to let this set for, again, about 5 minutes, just so that it can kind of start to soak in, and then we're going to get it on into the oven. So I'll see you guys in about 40 minutes. That donut pudding's just about ready to come out of the oven, so I thought I'd put together my glaze, just your basic glaze, because I like to put it on while it's still warm. So we're going to start with 1/2 cup of confectionery sugar. I like vanilla, so I'm going to use about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And about